The Lebel Marksman, like I said, I'm not a fan of scopes, and I feel like every time I use a scope, I get thrown into a fog map or a night map. But it is a Labelle, so I will put it in the B tier there.
In there, you see her? I'm gonna move my ping though.
Yep.
She's in there for sure. Yeah, that guy dropped his arm, guys. So.
Hit.
Hit her?
Yeah. Got her.
Nice, good fucking shots.
Yep,
Good
dead.
clutch.
The Labelle Talon. You have the added benefit of the Talon, obviously. You got that blade on the end, but I don't know, I just consider it an added benefit. It's the same weapon. But to be quite honest, I wouldn't really find myself using that Talon too often. You know, I would probably switch to my pistol or my knife if somebody's charging me and let's say I miss a shot and it gets down and dirty. It'd be quicker to use my knife to stab somebody rather than the Talon, because like all Talon weapons, I believe, it's just the way he takes time to pick it up and kind of get it in a ready position to swing it. So unless you time it well, you're more than likely just gonna get stabbed by somebody with a knife anyway. So it's not really something that I would choose over the regular Labelle, and I would throw that in the B tier as well. The Lamat. This is a versatile weapon. All right, I'll say versatile. The shotgun can be kind of hit or miss. I've killed people from a distance with the not the Lamat shotgun. He's in. He's in.
Yeah, Bayonet Spectre. I'd get the fuck out of there if I was you. Or not fucking shoot her with the shotgun. That's it. That's the only person in.
No, it's not.
Fucking fabulous.
And likewise, up close, I've shot somebody with it, and they're still walking around. And I've had my fair share of headshots with the regular compact rounds too, as well. The sights are okay. Not my favorite, but I would put it over like a chain pistol. I would throw the Lamat in the, I would say the C tier. I used to use it a lot. I haven't used it much lately, but I don't think it's a bad weapon. It's kind of like mediocre. And again, the added benefit of the shotgun is sometimes it saves your life. Sometimes it really does. Machete, again, melee weapons I don't really bring into the Bayou. I would much rather have a pistol or a sawed-off shotgun, because my charges don't always work out great. It's almost kind of like a fluke. If I kill somebody with a machete or a combat axe, it's almost like a fluke. Hit him. Come here, bitch!
There you go.
Because most of the time I charge, dude ends up having a shotgun, even though he was firing like a Labelle sniper. Turns out he gets quartermaster, and guess what? He's got a sawed-off double barrel. So a machete is really not something that I would use in the Bayou, but I'm sure it has stolen the hearts of some people. Pick your flavor. Moving on to the Martini Henry Deadeye. Again, not a big sniper user, and I'm not big on the scope. It's got like the weird crosshair. It's not like a full crosshair. Not something that I would use too often. I would put that in the C tier. Same thing with the Martini Henry Marksman. Yeah, you got a better scope on it. I would put it over the Deadeye. You got a better scope on it, but you just have that one round, and I don't know. It's a lot because of that one round and with that scope. Whereas if you have a bolt action sniper and you have the trait, what is it? Iron Devastator. No, that's the shotgun, I think. whatever trade it is where you can look down the sight and you can rack around while still looking down the sight. You can't do that with the Martini Marksman or the Martini Deadeye. So you're scoped in, you shoot, you likely miss unless the dude's standing still. Now you have to scope out, reload, and then re-scope back in and try to put a bead on the guy a second time, which messes you up, messes up your flow, unless you use it religiously. But I would put the Martini Henry Marksman above the Deadeye, for sure. And the Martini Henry itself, iron sight, I would put above the scoped weapons. Again, I would much rather use iron sights. Whew. Got my Martini kill. It keeps me more in focus, whereas the scope, you're hyper focused on a certain point and you may not see the whole picture around you and get popped by somebody's teammate. Ooh, the Martini Henry Repulste. That I don't use too often. It has obviously the added benefit of the blade on the end for stabbing, which is actually a benefit with this weapon because you only have its single shot and then you have to reload. So if somebody's pushing you, you shoot and miss, you have that last ditch effort where you can stab them. I would put that in the B tier. Not a lot of S tier weapons going on here. I guess it's just the way these weapons are ordered. Oh, there's so many. There's so many. All right, we're going through. Mosin again over as drum. I would put that in, I'd say, the B tier. And the reason why, they're like, but whiskey, it's got so many bullets. Yeah, well, again, it's for the same reason with the chain pistol, all right? It's great. You shoot one round off and then you get shot in the face, and then you got 12 bullets remaining in the drum. Like, congratulations, those extra bullets really helped you out. And also, there's I would say, a bad thing about the weapon is it's sawed off. Of course, that's for manageability, and also you can do different weapon types. However, with the sawed off, it sways so much, and it's much less accurate than its long barrel counterpart. So for the what I would consider almost unnecessary drum, because once again, just like the chain pistol, you're not shooting it you have extra bullets, but you're not shooting it any faster. You still need to rack that bolt back to put in a new round, and it's not like you're shooting the weapon any faster and you have decreased accuracy. Really, the only added benefit is the amount of ammo with the same amount of damage, and that's really about it. So that's why I would put that in that tier. The Mosin again Aftermath. I may upset people with this, but that's something that I would put in the C tier. Just because, again, it's not really a weapon that I would use too much. Even when I had a stint where I had like 30k hunt dollars, I was just really choosing nitros for the hell of it. But the Mosin again Aftermath is wildly inaccurate, and it's not a weapon I would use at long range. I've seen people do it, but I would save it for more of a medium to close range, and with that, you might as well have a shotgun with slugs in it, because it's really a close range weapon, because it's unwieldy and, in my opinion, inaccurate, unless you're within a medium to close range. Mosin Nagant Bayonet. I would definitely put that up on the A tier. Again, love iron sights, love the bayonet. Pretty self-explanatory. I'd put that over his drum. You got the long barrel, you got more accuracy, same rate of fire. So that's why I would put that in the A tier. Mosin again Obrez, I would put over the Obrez drum as well. I guess I'd put them around in the same. I put them in the same category, actually. I put them both in B. The drum, yeah, you have more rounds, but same rate of fire, same sawed-off barrel. Really no major benefit other than the rounds, which again, unless you're making shots, it's kind of a waste. And you have your Mosin again, the good old faithful Mosin again. That I would put in an S tier. The Mosin is by far one of the best rifles in the game.
Oh, nice shot, Whiskey. Nice.
5-round clip that you insert. You got the long barrel, you got good damage, and you have 5 rounds to use. Which I know I sound like I'm contradicting myself when I say that, when I'm bad-mouthing the Obrez drum. But again, these are just my opinions of the weapons that I use and what I like, and also probably how often I use them too, I'd say. The Obrez mace I would put above the drum and the regular Obrez.
Come on, Whiskey.
That mace on the end is a killer. I don't melee too much with it, but it's good for taking out immolators. And of course, the weapon sway still kind of sucks, but the mace is a nice added touch for taking out grunts, and hey, you may even crack the skull of a hunter. So here we have the Mosin Nagant sniper. Again, I'm not a fan of scopes. Really not. They don't do anything for me, and for some reason, the Mosin Nagant sniper, I feel like it's more zoomed in than say like the Spark sniper, and it's just I don't like it. I would much rather have the iron sights. I would throw that in the C tier. Not a fan of it at all. It kind of messes me up how zoomed in it is and how fast it moves when you're zoomed in, and I just don't like it. Nagant brawler, I would put probably in the B tier. You got it's double action.
Another team, another team. Why is there so many people here?
You got the knuckles on there, so you don't have to take your own knuckles itself, so you have that. And again, Deadeye. Whew. I have a funny relationship with this. I've been using this recently, actually. It's fantastic with steady hand and the Deadeye trait. I like using the rattlesnake, mainly because it's funny, because when was the last time you were killed with the rattlesnake skin? Or with the Deadeye variant at all. It has its moments. It's definitely lethal because a headshot is still a headshot, right? It doesn't matter if it's compact or not. So I may piss some people off. Where do I want to put it? Where do I want to put it? I'd say with a slow rate of fire, I'll put it in the B tier. I think it's undervalued and underestimated. And again, Officer Carbine, I hate people that use this because of its rapid rate of fire. I think that would probably be an A tier weapon. I'd throw that up there. Even though I personally don't use it myself, however, it is definitely a killer throughout the bayou. Again, pistol, I'd throw that in the C tier.
There's a grunt that's gonna alert if I try to skip, scop, scoop.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it's got 7 rounds, but still basic slow rate of fire unless you got fanning. But I've got my fair share of kills with them, and I would throw the precision in there as well. Because I would rather, and this is kind of backwards, I know, I don't really like the scopes on the long rifles. However, when it comes to the pistol with a stock, yeah, I'll put a scope on it. Sure, why not? Again, silencer, not much to write home about. I'd put that in the D tier. Mainly because if I'm taking the Nagant silencer, I'm taking it in hopes of I'm gonna find an uppercut or something like that, you know. But I'll use it for the early game, take out all the audio traps, you know, like dog kennels or horses, things like that. Yeah, that'd really be the only reason I would take it. Nitro Express Rifle. Oh, like I said, back when I had like 30K during the most recent event, I was just buying it just to have fun with it. And I really think that Nitro's kind of gone downhill in the last couple of patches or so, because I have survived Nitro shots less than 30 meters, and I still had half of my last bar left. And likewise, I've blasted people within around that 30 to 40 meter range. And people go, "Oh, Whiskey, you're actually hitting him in his pinky toe, so it's not going to kill him." No, I'm hitting people in the torso, and they're living. As fun as it is, and I also hate the sights on the Nitro. I was complaining about the scopes being too hyper focused on an area. This takes that to the next echelon, the next extreme. And I would throw this, it's almost a meme weapon at this point, but it is a boss killer. I'd throw that in the C tier. A Romero hand cannon. I do like the Antebellum Wit skin for it.
That's quite the shotgun you have there, young man. And that's the shotgun I have.
And every now and again, I'll come back around to it. I'll get a cowbell pistol, like a regular one, with a nice gun out like Spite or Pearl. Where is it? I would use this, and then I'd use the Romero hand cannon with that. So I would throw the Romero hand cannon in the B tier. No, does it have great range, but damn it if it won't kill you up close. Of course, you have the single shot, but I would take the Romero hand cannon over the rival hand cannon, because for aforementioned reasons, I've seen people live after taking a double blast of this within less than 10 meters. Whereas the Romero hand cannon, I feel like I take my time with my shots, because I know I only have one shot. I feel like I take my time with it, and I'm more accurate, and I get that kill shot on. Romero Hatchet. I've used the Hatchet before. It has gotten me a kill, but it's one of those things where I don't know, because I use bayonets, but like the Romero Hatchet, I'll miss my shot, but then not charge with the Hatchet, because my first instinct always is to reload, and that could just be something that you need to train yourself out of. But I would put the Hatchet below the regular Romero. I would most often take a regular hand cannon over the Hatchet. Romero 77, the great Romero 77.
Fuck. Fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Got him.
I'm gonna put her in the S tier. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna scroll on up here. Boom, S tier. The Romero is arguably one of the greatest shotguns of the game, if not the best. In my opinion, it dwarfs the double barrel, and honestly, there's been times where I'm in a fight, and I end up killing somebody with a Crown & King. This happened more than once. I killed a Crown & King with a Romero, and I just leave the Crown & King there because it didn't help him none. And I'm sticking with my Romero. I would definitely put that up in the S tier. These things are hard, man. It's hard to do this. But I guess that's why there's so few up in the S tier, is because, you know, you got to separate the wheat from the chaff. Chaff? Is it chaff? And the Romero Talon, again, I'd put that in the B tier because it's not killing grunts, yeah, but I don't really see myself using it in a fight. It's really weird and unwieldy, and I'm not that accurate with the swing. And also, it takes time for him to raise his rifle like that. It's much, much easier and much quicker just to use your damn knife, honestly. Sparks LLR. I'd put that in. I'd put that in the S tier as well.
Yep, on me. Thank you. You just saved my life. Fuck you.
Fucking hallelujah on that guy.
Obviously, the Sparks is legendary. It's got its 149 damage. It sets up a lot of kills, not just for you, but also for your teammate. You hit somebody, and then your partner hits him in their big toe or elbow. You know, that's where this really shines. Of course, it's just one shot, which some may consider a drawback, but like the Romero, because you don't have those extra rounds, you're really taking your time with your shot and hoping that you hit. And of course, it's in the quick swap days, this was absolutely animalistic, but I still think the Sparks has its place. I have seen it a little less and less, but I would throw it in there. Sparks silencer, I don't really like the sights on it, but still great damage, and also on a night map, that's where she really shines. I'll put her in the B tier.
I'm just sleeping here, dude. Can you mind your business? Oh, light.
Move. Oh my god!
Right there. Something I've used before, but not something I use too often, but I do think it has its uses. Spark Sniper, I know I said I don't like scopes, but the Spark Sniper has gotten me out of a pinch or two. I would throw that in the A tier. But I do prefer the iron sights over it. Just again, because when you look in that scope, your pictures is narrowed down so much that it takes your eyes off of other things, and that's why a lot of times you can get blindsided. Or maybe it's just me. I'm sure I've ruffled a lot of feathers already with how this list is looking. But oh, and this is not in any particular order, by the way. This is just, I'm just throwing them up here. That doesn't mean like I look at the Bornheim match over the Cowboy conversion pistol. It's just throwing them in a category. Spectre Bayonet, I would put that in a C because I believe it does less damage. I could be wrong there, but you have a shotgun. I wouldn't use a bayonet. I would rather just shoot the guy. Although I know it's probably used for when you're empty, but no, I would put that in the C tier, and then I put the regular Spectre in the B tier. Springfield, I would put the compact Deadeye in the E tier. I don't really like the scope. The compact in the D tier. The compact striker in the I kind of look at all these the same, to be honest with you. Yeah. D or E. I put it in the D over the E just because with a longer barrel it will be more accurate and there will be less sway, but I would take the regular Springfield itself over any of these variants. I do not like. Vetterli Bayonet. Oh, no! Fuck! I hit the Windows key. again, I have weird like relationships with these weapons, man, because like I was just saying with the Spectre bayonet, which is different because of the shotgun, I know, but I really like the Vetterli bayonet. It's really I've gained more of a respect for the Vetterli in recent days, and it's got good damage, especially if you got that full metal jacket on there. It's 130 damage. It's a quick it's a breech loading. It's got a quick you rack around really quickly, and the added benefit of the bayonet. Where would I throw that? I want to say A. I'll throw the Vetterli bayonet in A. The regular Deadeye itself, again, not really a fan of scopes. I would put that in C. And the regular one in B. That's kind of where I would throw that. Ooh, we're getting into Winfields now. Aperture, just because it's adjustable. Typically I would hate the aperture, which I have killed people with while looking down the aperture, of course, but because you can adjust it by hitting X and you could take it off, I would put it in the B tier. The scope I would put in the C tier. This has less rounds, but not that that is a huge deciding factor. Unless you're using levering, of course. I would put the regular one in the C tier as well. The Winfield silencer, again, not really a fan of the sights. It has its place, at night or fog, and of course, killing the audio traps. However, I would definitely put that in the D tier. The regular Winfield, oof. Would I put you in B? I would put the regular Winfield in B, and I would put the Swift in A, just because of that quicker reload.
We're up top. Four I shot him.
You're just dumping rounds down range, and then you swoop, just, suck up the rounds. And the Talon, I would probably put in C as well. These, not really doing it for me. Hand crossbows, I don't really use. They have their place, I'm sure.
Impel. There's another one. Creatures.
But not anything I would like, really. The Gant Officer, I'd put that in the B tier. And the Compact Quartermaster. If you pair it with a good rifle, this could be good. All right, I'll give it some respect. I will give it some respect. And put it in. Wait, where do I have the regular one? I forgot. There's so many weapons on the screen. Yeah, I'll put that there. Sure. So that's it, everybody. That's the list. I'm sure a lot of people disagree, because as I was going through it, I'm like, yeah, I don't really. Some of these, a lot of them I just feel are like kind of middle ground weapons and not things that I would normally really use. But there you have it. There's my rating. You got your S tier, A, B, C, D, E. And this may change. I don't know. May do another one as more updates roll out and hunt changes. Who knows? But I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you enjoyed it. The whole shebang. Like, subscribe, come check me out on Twitch. Thanks again, everybody.